with an extra 65,000 people aged 65 plus coming through the system of social care within the county over the next 10 years, the whole preventative agenda has never been more important. Brighter Futures gives us a real practical way to resolve some of those problems, to keep those people more independent, fitter in their own homes for longer. And they all have fun through it as well.
The Brighter Futures Group is a partnership between adult social services, primary care trusts and the voluntary sector. Its goals are to increase independence for the over 75s and reduce social isolation by increasing community participation. It aims to increase the number of active older people as trained volunteers carrying out a wide range of activities for less active older people.
I think it's every bit as much about feeling good about yourself, and that can be about companionship. It can be about having a reason to get up in the morning. If you're living alone, often probably the hardest thing is to have a reason to walk out of your own front door. For those people who have difficulty getting around, who have mobility problems, the shopping trips, and to have somebody that will actually then come to your front door, and I've been out with these people, we'll pick you up, take you off to the supermarket, we'll do one half of your shopping while you do the other half, and then bring you back to the front door, and not just that, but actually bring your shopping up and unload it for you.
To support the Brighter Futures Group's aims, the voluntary sector have produced a number of projects that offer a wide range of activities from medication support, accompanied transport service, befriending, pop-in centres and postural stability classes, to name but a few.
I'm a real fan of Brighter Futures, a real advocate. I've deliberately gone out and seen for myself what the programme's about. I've been on the shopping trips, I've been to the pop-in centre a couple of times now. I've actually done the exercise class and still got the muscle ache to prove it. It's really achieving. It's a real win-win for us.
Hello, Mrs. White. This is Moira from Red Cross Medicall.
The British Red Cross Medicall Service, based in Maidstone, provides a reminder service to elderly patients who have recently changed their medication regime.
Well, members of the British Red Cross had been in discussions with persons from the PCT and from social services, and it was thought that there was a perceived need for a particular service of this kind to assist and prompt individuals to take their medication following a period of hospitalisation or a period in a community respite centre where a change in medication had taken place.
They are usually spoken to by a pharmacist who explains the changes, but when they get home, their confidence at being now alone, maybe, to take the medications goes, and they frequently ring up the community services, thus taking up time that isn't really necessary.
Well, I ring up people over 75 who are coming out of hospital or simply have had new medication at home.
Well, in hospital they changed all my tablets. There was such a collection that somebody rang me of a morning to remind me had I take them all right.
And I try to get them used to taking this new medication and make sure that they take them at the appropriate times.
Because it was a friendly voice, it knew that you knew that you'd had someone to talk to at least once a day.
And we do this for 2 weeks, and by that time, hopefully, they will be taking their medication.
At the end of the 2 weeks, at least I knew where I was, and I felt more confident anyway.
We can ring up and have a chat with them, and if anything crops up that they're worried about, we can back in touch with Medicall, and they will see what they can do.
They rang me once a day in the mornings, and I had that for 2 weeks.
The volunteers in the medical service that have been trained to prompt patients to take their medications enable community services and hospital staff to feel confident and also the client, the patient has been discharged from hospital, to feel confident as well.
And say I've recommended it to other people who have just come out of hospital. Why haven't they had it?
I'd just like to say that one of the unique aspects of this scheme is the fact that the volunteering can be done from home. It can be done via their mobile phone whilst the volunteer is out and about. And it means that we can make use of volunteers who may be active or about their daily lives, or also we can use individuals who may have disabilities, physical disabilities, and may be housebound to some degree or another, but they're still not barred from entering this volunteering activity.
A big thing for me is because I've been housebound for quite a while. And when I saw this advertisement, I thought, well, I can do that, being at home so much. And I think it's great.
And say I've found it so useful that I think other people would as well.
Well, I think what the examples which we've just seen bring to mind is, and what often gets missed with a lot of the stuff which is talked about, all these worthy things, reducing hospital admission, healthy living, is the sheer fun and imagination which goes into these kinds of activities. But they do have the kind of benefits that we've talked about and which the government talk about in terms of enabling people to remain independent, and I think you've seen that from what we've done in terms of these projects. Well, the overall benefit is that older people, whether they be as volunteers or people who take part in the various schemes, will just simply enjoy themselves and find it rewarding, and by doing that then they will just make more of their lives and need less support from all the other agencies. I mean, the big test of this is to use the funding which has come from government to do this, to do it as well as possible, which I think we have done, and you can see that in the projects which we've just shown. The test, of course, is whether or not this will actually deliver value for money, and so far I'm fairly certain that it will do, and it's hard to be able to demonstrate that in hard statistics. But in the 2 years which we'll have on each of the projects, I think we'll be able to demonstrate it to all of those funding agencies, whether it's the health service or government or indeed the local authority, that there is real benefits for people that come out of these projects. Well, our objective is all the various priorities that we already have, which is to enable people to live independently for as long as possible, to make the most of their lives, have a good quality of life, and be as imaginative and innovative as we can be. And that's what we've done with this project, and it's very much enabling people to help other people, rather than having the state, as it were, formally doing it. I hope very much that when you've seen this, that others will wish to support it.